What is horizontal line test? Horizontal line test is a method that helps us identify if the given graph is a one-to-one function or not. We should remember that if the horizontal line intersects the graph at exactly one point in all places, then we could say that the given graph is a one-to-one function. Another thing that we should remember is that only graphs that are function can be stated as one-to-one. So if the result of the vertical line test that we execute before the horizontal line test shows that the given graph is not a function, we can immediately tell that the graph is not a one-to-one function.
For you to understand the horizontal line test more, here are some examples. Take a look at the given graph. We will now identify if it is a one-to-one function or not. The first thing that we need to do is execute the vertical line test. As we discussed on our previous lessons, like horizontal line test, we can only tell if the graph is a function if it only has a one point of intersection. Since the vertical line test shows that it only intersects at one point, we can tell that the graph is a function. Now, we will use the horizontal line test. As what we have said earlier, we can only tell that the graph is a one-to-one function if it intersects at exactly one point. Then, we can identify that the given graph is a one-to-one function.
Now let's proceed to this example. To identify if it is a one-to-one function, we would just have to repeat what we did at the first example. Let's use vertical line test first. We can see that the graph have 2 points of intersection in every places, so the given graph is not a function. As stated earlier, we can only say that the graph is a one-to-one function if and only if the graph is a function. Since the given is not a function, we can easily say that this is not a one-to-one function. To help you understand more why we cannot say that the graph is a one-to-one function, let's do the horizontal line test in this example. See, it has 2 points of intersection. Therefore, we can say that this is not a one-to-one function because it should only have one point of intersection in every places within the graph to be identified as one-to-one.
Let's proceed to our third example. Just like the other two examples, what we have to do first is execute the vertical line test. So it shows that this graph is a function. Now, let's do the horizontal line test. Since the point of intersection in every part of the graph is at exactly one point, we can tell that this is a one-to-one function.
Now take a look at the graph. To identify if it is a one-to-one function or not, we will first conduct the vertical line test. Now take a look at the result of the vertical line test. It shows that the graph is a function. So next, we will do the horizontal line test. The result of the test shows that the given graph is not a one-to-one function. Yes, there are graphs like this. We should remember that all one-to-one are function, but not all functions are one-to-one.
We have arrived to our last example. Let's try the vertical line test now. We can say that this graph is a function. Next step, we will conduct the horizontal line test. Just like the recent example, the horizontal line test shows that this graph is not a one-to-one function, even though it is a function. Why? Because even though all one-to-one are function, not all functions are one-to-one.
Our lesson is about horizontal line test. But why did we use the vertical line test? Even though we can do the horizontal line test without doing the vertical line test, we did that to identify if the given graph is a function or not. Because only graphs that are identified as function can be classified as a one-to-one.
These are the things that we should remember. We use horizontal line test to identify if the given graph is a one-to-one function or not. The point of intersection should be only at exactly one point in every place of the graph. All one-to-one are function, but not all functions are one-to-one.
This brings us to the end of our lesson. We hope that you did understand and learn something from what we discussed. Until next time!